Hi everyone, good afternoon. Let me show up over here. Oops, wait a little bit. Okay, hi folks. Welcome once again to another blog of Cine con Perspectiva. I'm your host Siddhartha for Cine con Perspectiva. Soy su anfitrión cierto para Cine con Perspectiva nuevamente. So let's make this straightforward. Así que vamos a hacer esto bien derecho, la flecha. Y ya van viendo, obviamente, conforme la música, de qué vamos a hablar en este blog. Así es, así va a ser, así que son bienvenidos si gustan. Ok, si gustan, por favor suscríbanse al final, bueno, durante cualquier momento de este video. Aquí va a haber un watermark, va a haber una manera de presionar aquí, subscribe, y por acá también por estar. Así que bueno, so this is the introduction once again for this video, and it is about the Predator. Okay, vamos a hablar de Eldepredador. La cacería ha evolucionado, ciertamente. The hunt has evolved, certainly. Let's get right to it. Okay, so I'm going to improve this reviewing in the following manner. Así que voy a mejorar un poco esto. Cuando menos ya tienen la música de referencia. So let's do it. Okay. Let's listen to the music a little bit. And let me get right to it to begin talking about it, okay? Okay, folks, so let's see. Okay, how can we begin this video? So, okay, let's get this thing started. Vamos a empezar. Ok, así que obviamente voy a hablar del Depredador. I'm going to talk about the Predator movie review. I saw it yesterday, vi ayer. So, okay. Predator is as ugly as hell, as usually. El Depredador es horripilante como de costumbre. Así es como quise empezar. So that's how I'm beginning to kind of recall in my memory. Let's see. Now more like expertise opinion. Así que una opinión más experta. Alright. Alright. So, okay, let's move on forward. The first act, el primer acto, muy bueno. The first act is very good, per se. The first thing we see, and I like to say the first thing that I liked is actually the first act and how it begins. How it begins is one of the most interesting things that show improvement in the Predator saga. Lo primero que vamos a ver y que vamos a apreciar y que presencié yo ayer que la vi y fue lo que me gustó es cómo comienza, y es con el depredador. Ese es la primera escena que presenciamos, que empieza a mostrar que algo muy interesante se va a desarrollar, algo muy cautivante, muy intrigante. So something very intriguing, very captivating, very sinister, which is the Predator world and all that. With the spaceship battles happening between the Predators, and one of them on the spaceship going somewhere, and it's not being, and this creature ends up crashing into the earth, getting away from something or someone or his own species. Así que lo primero es interesante es por sí el inicio muy de una persecución espacial de la especie de depredador, uno de ellos huyendo de otro. Así más o menos a grosso modo, como yo recuerdo, empieza muy emocionante, y eso es en buena parte la mitología del depredador, que ya de entrada nos empiezan a presentar y a desarrollar y a a plantear muy bien. So that's very exciting. The Predator mythology is very unique this time. It's very interesting, very intriguing. So, because I cannot spoil you like most channels with a lot of details. No, it's more so how I remember as I saw it yesterday. It was very exciting to watch the movie. Not all people like me will tell you that this is how it begins. It's very exciting, the mythology. I'm a fan of these movies, of the saga, of the Predator saga. I grew up watching the first Predator, I like to mention, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And we'll get more about the best Predator movies in a top something, okay? So, just talk a little bit personal about... Personally speaking, I think my experience with the Predator is it's a fun watch movie. I'll say this already. It's a fun watch. Es una película divertida, por decirlo de algún modo, bien entretenida. Con la descripción que les dice desde el principio. Cómo se desarrolla no se puede realmente decir y no se debe de decir. Así que me voy a hablar detalle por detalle, ¿no? Más o menos, a grosso modo, lo que recuerdo. Y conforme recuerdo, mencionarles las cosas que a mí me gustaron. Esperan que ustedes también la quieran ver. So, I can't spoil you much, really, because, anyways, it's not possible. But more so, like every movie critic or something like that, or like me, has a movie channel, tell you that this is more so tell you the good stuff of the Predator movie, which I saw the good things and not the so good things. So the first act is very good, Predator mythology at first. Then of course we gonna see the most interesting parts of the Predator happening within the first act, which is the character driven part, which is how it develops. It's a very character driven movie about the characters, like the first Predator movie. Yes, you can see they really tried to create these anti-heroes. Okay, so yes, okay, without, I can't mention the name of the actors, can't remember the names, but okay, the actors, let me see. Well, the characters, the soldier that we see at the beginning, it's very curious. They kind of, once again, make the movie take place, I think it is in Colombia or Mexico, over here. So, they were like in a cover-up mission, with some drug dealing going on, and this is where it starts to unfold, because we see the creature, the Predator creature, already in action. This is, I'll tell you straightforward how it begins, and then this is such. So, oops, sorry folks, got a little interrupted here. We're back, and alright. Whoa, I think something is going wrong here. Wait a little bit. Phew, bug fixed, so okay. The first tag is it's a very character-driven movie throughout the movie. So wait a little bit. Oh, goddamn. Okay, so we see a soldier. So let me tell you about the cast. Okay. So okay, let's get right to it. Okay. So this actor Boyd Holbrook, don't know his work. Okay, so his character Queen Makina, I think it is. Yes. Well, okay. He's an interesting character. He drives his character really. I wouldn't say you emphasize, you feel empathy for the character all that much. He's an anti-hero. He's the first character to have contact with the predator creature. But about this character, I think fairly enough. I think he makes you feel some empathy because he's a father. And he has a son, and the way he actually begins to develop the story, having contact with the predator, and how he's the one who triggers the whole action of the storyline, with him being in contact with the creature and taking stuff from the spaceship of the creature, the predator creature, and henceforth then he gets away with sending the creature's helmet specifically, and the thing. So he sends it to his home, which is in a town in the United States, back in the United States. And then of course, my way to explain it to you is that it triggers a whole bunch of shit happening over there with his family and all that. But this is how much the action triggers. So that the first attack is okay, it's great. Then we will see him as character. Speaking about the characters, these other characters, which is the crazy pack, as I call them. Very much like the first Predator, a crazy group of people. Keenan Michael K is Coyle, crazy dude. There's a guy with Tourette. This is the government guy who's trying to cover up things and pretty much kind of going after the predators in the movie. This other actor, which is Thomas, what's his name? Thomas Jane. I think he's the guy with Tourette. I think very very peculiar characters. Front Rose. There's this very basic group of crazy misfits from the military. There's a Hispanic guy over here, Augusto Aguilera. Jake Busey is a scientist, which is a little bit different. Von Strahovski, I don't know how to pronounce her name. So these characters are the crazy wolf pack, you want to call them like that. So reviewing the movie, I think they play a good role. They're funny at moments. Son un poco divertidos, entretenidos. El personaje principal detona toda la cinta, teniendo contacto con la criatura, saliéndose con la suya y robándole cosas a la criatura, al depredador, y enviándola a su casa, y en fin, que eso detona muchas cosas al enviarla a su casa, y todo ahí empieza a volverse loco, y todo más o menos gira de esa manera. Por otro lado, Olivia Munn. Bueno, pues es una científica que por otro lado vemos que reclutan porque es bióloga, es una bióloga que sabe de vida, y por alguna razón muy extraña que nunca se explica, la llevan a tratar de ir y a explicar biológicamente cuál es la función orgánica no les quiero echar a perder esto, pero la llevan a hacer un analizar. So Olivia Munn is a biologist for some reason, a very sophisticated, knowledgeable biologist, which the government believes, being a biologist can explain something that they want her to analyze and help understand how this thing works organically. So that much is giving you a very good clue as how these characters function in the story. But as you know, as it is usually being this kind of movie, being the Predator, shit happens, shit goes crazy. You may infer what I'm talking about. So from there on, things go way out of hand, way out of control. They always get out of the control of whoever believes is in control of that, and a lot of shit happens and goes on from there on. Así que muchas cosas salen fuera de control, fuera de orden. En el segundo acto de la película, que es cuando que tiene que ver con el personaje de Olivia Munn y a dónde la llevan, que es analizar algo para entender cómo funciona orgánicamente. Así que bueno, sí, así que ok, el tercer acto está a partir de ¿cómo se puede decir? La otra mitad del segundo acto, el final del segundo acto ya, ¿no? Y un poco del primero. Ahorita vamos a ir a eso. Pero no me gusta. I didn't like some bits about it. So the third act, I think I like some parts of the third act, especially some of the climatic moments. The action sequences are okay. They're great. It's fun to watch them. They're very, very spectacular. Very gaudy. So yeah. Okay, so this is the crazy wolf pack that's gonna face the predators. A lot of things happen. People kill each other and all that in a very accidental fashion or manner, you wanna call it. Jacob Tremblay is the kid. He happens to be the son of one of the main character, and he's also the second character who triggers the whole mess that happens with the predators, because he does something that's gonna detonate or trigger another series of events that will unfold not all that much pleasantly, let's say, for the characters and for the world probably. And this is how much interesting the Jacob Tremblay character is in the movie. I think they you can see they put effort to make his character have some kind of meaning or relevance or importance in the plot, the overall plot, since it is about evolution. Two words that define this movie, I'm gonna say it right now, is evolution and survival. You're gonna get it. I don't want to spoil you the whole thing, okay? Okay. What else can I tell you? It's a fun watch, no doubt. Good things, bad things about the Predator. First of all, well, already said the beginning, how they present you the development, how they are unfolding what can I call it? The enhanced mythology of the Predators is great. It's a great watch to understand the Predator mythology. Another thing that I liked is that you can now actually see on screen how we can understand the Predators and what they're talking about. And now they can see that the Predators, since the not so much likable Alien vs Predator movies, we saw that they have a long time of relationship with us. So now they can explain and justify that they are acknowledgeable beings that understand us, that have machines, technology to understand us and translate our language to their vocabulary and all that. And we see it on screen, so that's a very interesting enhancement of innovation in the storytelling wise thingy of the Predators. So así que es muy otra cosa que es muy interesante que me gustó, hablando ya ahora de lo bueno y no tan bueno, es lo que me gustó fue definitivamente que ahora podemos ver cómo se dice, pues la traducción del alien depredador al humano y del humano al depredador lo hace de una manera bastante ingeniosa, y por decirlo más, bien curioso y bien interesante. Nos hace mucho mejor el entender la trama para entender qué pasa, así que está muy bien hecho eso. Los guionistas hicieron un buen trabajo en hacer esa pequeña mejora en la narración. El diseño de los depredadores, no se diga que es excelente, de veras. Ahora sí dan rienda suelta a toda la capacidad de los depredadores, usan todos los artilugios, todas las artimañas que las que cuentan. So as for the Predators, this is also something that I liked, that we can see all the capacity, all of the nasty Predator shit. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, folks, I'm about to show you an infography. Check this out. I don't know if you can watch it, you were able to see it, but this is the infography for the Predators. So I wanted to help me illustrate it, but I think not. So, but definitely the Predator's capacities, its capacity to survive, all of the gadgets that we should see, like in this image, probably more better. You can see that they become invisible, but obviously with CGI, with technology nowadays, digital technology, they improved the way they can make them invisible. Han mejorado la manera como podemos ver que son invisibles. Podemos ver todos los artilugios, los gadgets, la invisibilidad, todas las maneras como cazan. La cacería, definitivamente podemos ver que usan todo, no se guardaron nada. Como aquí que vemos la armadura, vemos todos los artilugios, todos, las naves, las armas, todas las armas las aprovecharon, no se guardaron ninguna. Esa es otra cosa que me gustó. La acción está bien espectacular de ver, muy emocionante. El meollo del asunto de la película, un tanto más. Hablando de la original, bueno, eso la vamos a dejar para después. A ver, el depredador es tan feo como siempre. The Predator is as ugly. It's uglier than usual. I liked a certain scene which I cannot tell you that much. Let's see. There's something.
Descubre el mundo de la música. El nuevo servicio de música.
Así que decía, hay algo sobre una mesa y una serie de científicos analizándolo. Así que nomás les diré eso, y lo analizan y lo abren, lo tratan de abrir, pero lo verán. Esas son las cosas que me gustaron. Now, what I didn't like, lo que no me gustó, the characters, I think more or less, más o menos me gustaron los personajes. In general, more so, los personajes me gustaron más o menos. More about the characters, let's see. Well, the Predator's mythology is one. Speaking of characters, by the way, it's one of the things I liked. The mythology, the characters The way they created them visually and their mythology is great. La mitología, lo visual de los depredadores, lo monstruoso y lo espectacular que lucen, y las armas y los artilugios, eso está muy muy interesante. Hablando de los personajes, vamos a hablar un tanto. Ok, I think more or less, más o menos me gustó este personaje. En el primer punto vamos a entender por qué llegas a empatizar con este personaje. More so, at some point you're gonna understand why we empathize with this character. But I didn't connect with him the same way I have done with
a new streaming service with the official audio and video playlists.
I didn't per se empathize with this character the way that I did with Arnold Schwarzenegger, because probably I think this is the first time I've seen this actor before. If in any chance it helped to if it helps somehow to empathize with the character and pay more attention to the character. More or so, I didn't know this actor. Sometimes helps more if you know the actor from some previous work. In my case, not exactly, more or less like I did with Schwarzenegger, with Donnie Glover, and I think not even. Well, there was the Alien Brody. In Predators, there's actually no character to feel empathy because all of them are criminals in their own way. So Olivia Munn, I think I truly didn't find any sense in why her character makes sense. He's a biologist, and they say, well, he's a biologist. He was there to understand. I think she was justifiable to the certain point in which he's a biologist, but then tried to really just her in the middle of this mess between the predators and the soldiers, trying to make her being useful as someone that will help them annihilate, destroy the predators, kill them. More so, I think logically wise, no, I didn't buy it at all that much that she was there trying to be warrior and trying to help them. More so 50-50. I think it would be more story wise if she'd been, as much as it makes sense, because she's a biologist and then she's a soldier or something like that. I think they did kind of more so hint that she's going to be the love interest for the main character, although they didn't make it clear, but it's kind of implicit. So okay, so what can we say more? Jacob Tremblay, the Jacob Tremblay character, let me find him. Well, the predators are you can see, I think this is from the movie, from one of the very climatic moments of the movie, which is very spectacular, but somewhat not all that convincing. Because the predators, there's this thing, I really don't want to spoil you, but there's something about the evolution of how the predators are evolving in the plot. So there's a very powerful explanation as to why of the predators, of their mythology, and why have they been visiting this planet, why they have been hunting us, why do they hunt and prey the strongest, why do they have this kind of ethics about women and children, and especially there's something particular about children and why they want children as their prey, as their objective. You will understand why we are so important to them, to their something. So, well, I just don't want to spoil you anything, even so there's just like 2 weeks since it's premiere, so you're going to understand all the more the mythology of the Predators related to us, explaining why the first Predator came in 1987. You will not see any mention about Dutch, the character played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, nor the one played by Carl Weathers or Jesse Ventura or any of those guys. Just kind of like generalization mention, some guys over in Mexico, over here. So you won't see anything related to it, but just the reference. Damn, let me find the little boy. I think Jacob Tremblay was barely justifiable. They did something very reasonable to justify his character, very logical, but all the more so, I think they really gonna get what they did and how they did it, so that it worked. But I think the character, the boy, they even state something kind of remarkable, kind of extraordinary, so it was very meaningful and powerful for the story. I'll tell you that much. But likewise, I mean, in the middle of this mess, in the middle of this hunt, in which usually it's just grown-ups, it's a very nasty, gritty environment and story-wise telling. Didn't all that much buy it. I think the little kids should be it's like they mix something like a kid's story of somehow with a Predator story. To me, that's the perspective. There's the scene that I will tell you in which this boy uses the Predator helmet. Just heads up with the spoilers, okay? Just in case. It's okay if you do so. Do not watch this part or this video because it may spoil you what. But I'm not going to spoil it to you exactly. But having to mention it to understand my point of view, the boy uses alien technology, the Predators, of course, I'm speaking of, in a very childish, playful way. Of course, you want to understand that there's some kind of very psychological thing there, but the boy uses this technology kind of like playing around with it, and they kind of use it as a device for the story of the little boy, which I didn't buy it all that much. I think they shouldn't have done it in the first place, and leave it like for the adults, the grown-ups, and doing it very wise, like a lot of us, I bet, thought of, which is keep the young boy away, just like they kept the mother away from danger and harm's way. They should have done with the little boy, since we're kind of imagining the Predators landing in our world, and we won't imagine if it were real, thinking that a little boy will be out there with alien technology, and there's no adult supervision or adult acknowledgement or even adult supervision or anything, actually letting the little boy just carried away and without anyone realizing where this boy is using alien technology. All but the Predators know about the little boy using their technology. So that is something that I will say it is not so much. It's fun, they got away with it, they made it, they did it, and it was fun. But as watchers now, as audiences, it's not as such, okay? The little boy should have been kept out of harm's way. And that's what I will say about Jacob Tremblay's character. I think I didn't buy all that much. If they kept the mother out of harm's way, I don't see why they couldn't have. But I think they did some kind of very special something for Jacob Tremblay to be in the story, to make sense in the story. But not that much. Little children have to be kept as well as the mothers out of danger. So no. This is from another movie. This is from The Expendables. I would say I think now we can go and talk about quickly, really not all that taking much of a time. But the original, the first time, the first surprise, the first time you meet it, first surprises with the Predator. The best Predator movie, I would say definitely it would be the first Predator movie, the first one. Starring Schwarzenegger. Let me see if I can find the other ones. The new one, I think it holds in the last places, within the last places. Probably, I don't know, I will have to watch actually, but I think this is definitely the number one spot for as the Predator movies go. This is the first place. Okay, folks, we're in 35 minutes now. But okay, yeah, definitely this is the first place. Then I'd say Predator 2 with Danny Glover, and I think Maria Conchita Alonso's in that one. This one would be, I think, would have to be the third one. Maybe would reconsider it as if I have chance this weekend to somehow figure out if I change places. But the first one is first place. The second one with Danny Glover and Maria Conchita Alonso would be the second one. The third one would be Predators, because this is more of the essence of what the first one was. A bunch of misfits people. Actually, all of these are criminals. Somehow they're criminals, and it's kind of like playing out more adulthood. So yeah, it's a little bit more dense. It's more logical, really more interesting, makes more sense. Definitely the first one, definitely. Then the fourth would be Alien vs Predator. Alien vs Predator 2 would be the fourth, and the fifth would be this would be the second place. This would be definitely the third one. The characters, as I told you, they're all criminals, but it was a more adult-driven, character-driven movie. I think they should stick with that. Try to make it family somehow. Fun for the family, knowing that Predator has a cult with all family. Okay, Alien vs Predator 2. This has to be the fourth spot. Number 4, Alien vs Predator, would be in my top of best Predator movies. It would have to be the fourth. The fifth is for the Predator, which is from this year, 2018. The fourth would be for this one. Yeah, definitely this would make the fourth place. This would be the third, and of course this would have to be this would have to be the fourth. How many Predator movies? Predator 2, Predators, Alien vs Predator 1, Alien vs Predator Requiem, 6 movies. So I think the Predator from this year goes in the 6th. The 5th would be the Alien vs Predator Requiem, and the first Alien vs Predator would be the 5th. More so, I think so, yeah. And okay, speak of this would definitely be the one. This would be definitely second place, because the characters, you empathize more with the characters. There's more to feel more empathy. Así que bien, estamos en el top, lo más rápido posible. Depredador 1, por lo mismo la presentación, la sorpresa, la primera vez, sorprendente, no sabes quién es o qué es el depredador. Los personajes, la empatía con los personajes, el desarrollo de los personajes está mucho mejor ahí. Y viéndolo en retrospectiva, El Depredador de este año, protagonizada por actores que casi no, excepto Olivia Munn, Jacob Tremblay, son los que conocemos más. Creo que está en el último lugar. No llega definitivamente a mejor en mi lista ni top. Ustedes opinen abajo si es que acaso se atreven a refutar esta lista, este top. Este es el mío. Sí que el personaje de Jacob Tremblay detona en otro modo paralelamente la trama, pero no me convence 100% porque la idea de que trataron, de veras se nota el esfuerzo porque Jacob Tremblay jugara un rol especial en la película. Sin echarles spoilers, es muy particularmente muy notable el esfuerzo que hicieron para que Jacob Tremblay tuviera sentido en la trama, la importancia y la relevancia que va a tener. Decirlo de ese modo para no echarse a perder la trama, pero hay momentos que les advierto, ahí les va, spoiler warning, no del todo, pero hay momentos en el que Jacob Tremblay juega con tecnología de depredador muy casual, muy sin supervisión adulta, y solo los depredadores saben de esa tecnología que está usada por un niño. Y la verdad, como siempre Hollywood suelen creer que nomás cuéntalo de ese modo y ya se está sucediendo y el niño ya está con la tecnología, y incluso se presta para la trama del niño. En lo que va a relación del niño, las situaciones del niño, dicho de ese modo, convencen muy poco. Los niños y las mamás de los niños no encajan del todo a la audiencia. No creo que a la audiencia le haya parecido que encaje como se salieron con la suya de hacerlo, porque ya se divirtieron y todos los actores. El niño se divirtió jugando rol como lo hizo en la trama. Como nosotros como audiencia no nos convence, ¿verdad? A muchos de nosotros. Ustedes opinen aquí abajo. Así que bueno, ese es sobre Jacob Tremblay y su participación. Olivia Munn es una bióloga y creo que hasta ahí pues como que tenía sentido, y luego la involucran en esta cacería de depredadores y bueno, pues creo que trataron también de tener una figura fuerte femenina, pero como es bióloga, luego pasar a ser guerrillera y luego pasarla, como que realmente no hubo mucha lógica. Tuvieron que haberle puesto que hubiera sido militar, como el caso de Nicolas Cage en La Roca, donde es biólogo pero tuvo entrenamiento militar, y ella es nada más una bióloga, pero va a ser que realmente aprendió muy rápido las armas. No tuvo mucha explicación logística ahí. Este es de la primera Depredador, este es el actor de la primera. En cuanto a personajes, creo que está mejor escrita la primera para pues empatizar con los personajes. En esta creo que sí lograron algo de empatía, pero no del todo como la primera. De hecho, Depredadores con Adrien Brody, bueno, les decía, el niño la verdad no tiene del todo una cohesión ahí. Ese es su meme. Este actor creo que hace bien su rol. Nos brinda algunos momentos muy graciosos. Vamos a ver. Los Depredadores, de veras que sí, la mitología de los personajes, sus motivaciones, creo que los explican bien. No logro empatizar con este episodio como lo hice con Schwarzenegger, pero algo de empatía sí. Decía que en el top, que este top reporujado que estamos metiendo, esta sería definitivamente, está Predators, está de 2018, está las de Alien contra Depredador, que estas estarían en el cuarto y quinto lugar. Esta sería la que estaría en cuarto lugar, y Alien contra Depredador de Requiem estaría en el quinto. En el quinto estaría Alien contra Depredador Requiem, que vemos aquí. No, esta es la primera Alien contra Depredador. Esta estaría En el sexto, cuarto lugar, ¿ok? En el tercero estaría Depredadores. En el segundo, Depredador 2. Y la primera, pues, Depredador, la primera. Bueno, definitivamente. Así la cosa, ya 45 minutos. Y así vamos a concluir. Vamos a concluir entonces ya nada más cerrando de la siguiente forma. Okay, so we're gonna close and watch very in a few sentences, okay? It's a fun watch. Es una película bien entretenida. Definitivamente cautivante en cierto modo. In a certain way, it's captivating. You will have a good time. But as for really like good the Predator stuff, somewhere or less. One more thing. Algo que no casi olvido comentar. Something I forgot to mention. I'm not going to spoil you anything that much. But the very final scene of the Predator, la escena final del Depredador, no. Ya directamente jugaron. I think they played it, and now they're really to explain the overall plot of the Predator and the whole saga. La explicación de toda la saga y todo el rollo y el medio del asunto. Cuando la van a pensar lo mismo que estoy pensando ahorita, decir, ya están jugando con esto, ya están vacilando. Esto es como es como parecida a lo que pensamos con lo de Día de la Independencia 2 al final. We're gonna think likewise the same way we did with Independence Day 2, the final scene. So, okay, folks, I'm gonna give it a 80, okay, that much, 80 in the cinephilometer. Le voy a dar un 80 en el cinefilómetro. Sorry, this channel is a very modest channel. But likewise, imagination is great. So imagine the cinephilometer in your head gets 80. Aquí sí que tiene 80. Bueno. Okay, so this is all for this video. 47 minutes of the Predator of análisis. Así que esto fue de 47 minutos de análisis del Depredador. Un poco también en retrospectiva con toda la saga de Depredador, más o menos comparándola. Así que bueno, gracias por ver. Espero que les haya gustado. Y en dado caso, háganle clic en subscribe por acá. O voy a estar uno por acá. So, if you like this video, which I'm pretty sure you pretty much did, click on the button below over here. It's gonna be somewhere here. Actually, it's usually over here, or somewhere there. Okay, so thank you for watching, and see you next video. I will post reaction videos over here. So, see you next time.